Smart Mouth. So, Holly here, and I just wanted to do a quick intro. I'm editing, as you see, and I had the pleasure to interview a few of my friends about this month's topic, food lifestyle. And I thought instead of me just showing you my food lifestyle, let me just pull some victims in and interview a few ladies about their food lifestyle. So what you're about to watch is my friend's journey through her food lifestyle, and there may be a secondary segment of another friend and their food lifestyle. So show your support in the comments. Thank you all for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Here we go. Hey girl, hey!
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Welcome to Smart Mouth Life. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about food lifestyle.
Okay.
So the whole month of March, we're talking about food lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us your name?
Yes.
And give us in 3 words your food lifestyle.
Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna be interesting. My name is Becca Barrett. That was easy. 3 words. 3 words. Protein, vegetables, and dairy.
Excellent. Okay, so what umbrella would you necessarily call that?
I would call it a lifter's diet.
Oh, okay, interesting. Hence the
Lifter's diet.
protein.
Hence the protein, lots of protein.
Very good.
Yeah, I want to be strong, and that's the way to do it. So I should probably eat less dairy in general, but I'm in love with cheese and I will never give it up.
Yay, cheese! You know I love some cheese.
Yeah, it's the best.
Okay, well let me ask you a few questions.
Okay.
About your journey to today's food choices.
Okay.
So the first question is, I want to know, think back when you were 10 years old, living at home with your parents and siblings.
Mm-hmm.
What was that food lifestyle? What was your childhood food lifestyle?
It was not healthy. For one thing, my mom was sick, so we didn't really get a lot of home cooked meals. My sister would cook occasionally, but think common American dishes like chili and spaghetti and things like that. Not a whole lot of vegetables. We also ate fast food a lot, honestly.
Would you say that was because of budget restrictions?
I think it was more for convenience. Yeah. Lots of pizza, actually. Now I think about it, lots of pizza.
So quick and easy, feed the whole family kind of thing. Do you consider yourself a healthy child?
I don't know how I made it out of my childhood. Still slender. Because we also had like an addiction to Coca-Cola products.
Yes.
I would drink Coke constantly. Like in the show, I did get a lot of cavities, I will say. But I'm surprised I don't have diabetes, honestly.
Yeah.
So we definitely made a big shift since I became an independent adult in my food.
So then tell me, as you got older, what was the hardest thing to change once you were able to leave the house and make your own food choices?
Cooking. I don't like cooking. In general, I definitely took the convenience mindset with me from my childhood. I never was taught how to cook, so I didn't have any basic skills going into my adult life, so it was like a lot of I don't even know, like fish sticks and like things you can throw in the oven, and I just not good for you stuff, like not a lot of vegetables again, because no fresh produce. I didn't know how to prepare it, so I didn't know how to cook it at all.
I thought asparagus came from a can.
I did too.
Yes.
Yeah. It's nasty.
In I guess last week's segment, I came on and spoke a lot about how to make friends with your kitchen. And just like you spoke on, thank you for being vulnerable, just like you spoke on just the challenge of cooking, especially because your childhood was like fast and purchased and assembled food, because I would say even
I never really saw it prepared.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's all just assembled food.
Right.
So interesting.
Yeah, it is. And you know, it's a shame. I think that I am cooking now for myself. I still don't like it. But what I do is when I'm being good, we'll say, because I'm not perfect, right? None of us are perfect. But when I'm good, what I'll do is on Sundays, I'll get my groceries and then I will do like a food prep day, and I'll cook like 3 different meals, if you will, and you know, section it out so that I have lunch and dinner already ready so that I don't have to think about it the rest of the week. And I'll like listen to a podcast or some really fun music or something to make it more engaging, because the act of cooking is not enough for me to stay interested.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that you put a podcast on, because I think that's making the kitchen environment friendly.
Yeah.
Where you don't mind being in that atmosphere. And that actually kind of comes across with this next question is, what one habit are you sticking with to help the change? And I think you touched on it, where you prepare.
Yes.
You have to be so intentional to go to the grocery, to be intentional to prep.
Yes.
Just like you were saying, prep 3 or 4 meals in advance. Has that been a successful habit?
It is successful. There are some weeks that it doesn't happen when I'm crazy busy, and I always regret it. But one thing that I'll touch on that has really helped me, so for lunch, I like to eat veggies as snacks. And I was finding myself buying celery and different veggies, thinking that I would eat them, and I never did, and they would always go bad. So now when I get them from the grocery stores, I immediately prepare it.
Oh.
So you don't put it in the fridge to say, oh, I'll cut it up later, I'll put it in Ziplocs. No, you immediately cut it into your snack portions and put it in your Ziplocs, and then you don't have to think about it. And so it actually saves time, and it saves future you so much energy. So I don't know.
That's
nice.
a great habit to get into then, is because preparing your kitchen or your refrigerator in that point to have no excuse.
Right.
You can successfully get ready to go to work in the morning and grab your pre-prepared snacks and out the door.
Right.
And that kind of saves you from grabbing a to-go lunch like fast food.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of reasons I don't like fast food now. One of them is because it's bad for you. Another, it doesn't actually taste good if you think about it. But also it's expensive.
Yes.
It's expensive, and I am cheap. I don't even buy my coffee. I make it at home.
I haven't bought coffee in years.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, screw that. I'm not paying $5 for a cup of coffee. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very cheap. So a lot of my healthy food choices have come from the fact that I'm cheap. I shop at Aldi's, the cheapest grocery store on the planet. So it's been nice. But whole food is less expensive than processed food. And you don't think that, because you think a box of mac and cheese is pretty cheap. But what you're getting out of it, the nutrients you're getting out of it, is worthless.
Or the lack of nutrients.
Yeah, the lack of nutrients is worthless, so it's an empty meal. It's like you're throwing away a meal,
Empty meal. I love that. I just wrote that down, but you all are not seeing behind the scenes.
She is writing it down.
I wrote it down. Empty meal. That's a beautiful saying. I'll unpack that. Okay, last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
You're doing well.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. What's the most annoying thing about your food lifestyle?
Most annoying thing about my food lifestyle, I would say the most annoying thing is that I am an Orthodox Christian, and Orthodox Christians fast from meat and dairy products pretty much half the year if you break it down. So my protein-rich, dairy-intensive diet takes a hit whenever we're fasting, and it's tricky for me to come up with tasty, healthy, vegan alternatives.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, and so I'm actually not the best at fasting. Meat is a little bit easier to give up than dairy for me, actually, because cheese just makes everything better.
It really does.
It makes it more palatable.
You could melt
just a little bit of
cheese
yes.
and put it on my shoe, and I would eat it.
Exactly.
There it is.
I know.
There it is.
And yeah, so, but it's good, and I've found a couple of alternatives that I like. And, you know, obviously you incorporate a lot of beans, which has its other problems, but you just deal with it. And a lot of seafood, because we don't have to fast from seafood. So a lot of fish, a lot of tuna, a lot of shrimp, things like that.
Good. And thank you, Miss Becca, for hanging out with me at
Thank
Smart
you.
Mouth Live.
I'm very happy to be here. I love you.
I love you too.
Aw.
Thanks for being vulnerable and honest about your food lifestyle journey. And maybe we will do another segment on a different topic at another time.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.